All right, welcome back, guys. We're actually gonna do a few things to the camper today. I actually just started. It's like 100 degrees out here, so there's no way I could film it while I was doing it, and I don't have a cameraman or woman or kid yet, so I'll just have to show you what I did. What I wanted to do was prep it for some rodent control, because during the winter we had a few little notifications, very small notifications. There might have been somebody in there looking around for some food during the winter, and then when I got underneath it, some of the insulative padding underneath, it doesn't look like the factory actually sealed one section of it very well, so there was, I think it might have been sawdust that came out. I don't think there was any rodents in there, but I shook it really good and then stuck my hands up in there and not really much came out. But just in case we do want to seal it up, I'll show you what I'm talking about, and I'll show you the coating that I used and how I applied it. Super simple. They charge you about $800 at the dealership when you buy the camper. It's a 12-month warranty, or you can do it yourself and just reapply every year. There's also another tip for rodent control that I got on another YouTube channel. Can't remember which one. I've watched so many just for rodent control, but I will show you what I plan on using for perimeter and just reapplication throughout the season up where we park it. So let's go ahead and do a little walk around of what I did. So for about $130 or so, you can get this kit. It's from Mouse Free, and it's an undercarriage lubricant. It basically coats all the parts that the little creepy crawlies crawl up on and rely on grip to burrow into your insulation or your expansion foam or whatever. And this basically just makes it so that it's too slippery for them to climb. So it comes with the gun, and it comes with the undercarriage spray. I have a 30-foot camper. It's like 27.5, whatever, 30 feet. And I only used about half of that. And I coated all of the soft parts, all of the frame, all of the suspension. You don't want to hit the brakes or anything that, you know, is a safety item. It actually comes with directions on the back and this cool gun. As long as you have an air compressor and a good length of air compressor hose, you should be able to get this applied. It actually sprays pretty easy, does not clog, don't have to clean it. So I'll show you what it looks like underneath the camper. All right, so I crawled under. I actually used a skateboard, but you can see there's like a small clear layer on everything. It just sort of spatters on with the gun. And I got it up in on all of that stuff on the inside, up in there. I crossed all these little crossbars down the frame, around all of the expansion foam, just to make it one added layer of protection. So the next thing I want to show you guys what I'm going to be spraying around the perimeter of the camper throughout the year and up into the fender wells and everything is not only a bug defense, but I watched a YouTube channel and the guy said that he actually sprayed this on his, around the inside of his vehicle fenders and also around a shed, and he was having some remnants of mice and issues with rodents, and once he started spraying this every couple months, they completely went away. So I'm going to take some of this up to the site with me and spray this every couple weeks when we go up, and then this plus the Mouse Free that I just sprayed on the camper, I'm hoping that'll do the trick. It's been over an hour since I put it on. I'm just going to show you guys. I might have got a little overspray. It's like an oily film, and it's going to take a little while, I guess, to dry. I don't know, but there's a little bit on the back of the steps. Looks like it's kind of dried on the jacks for the most part, but there's also a little something up here. You can see some of the overspray on the right there on the frame. So it's super humid out here, so it's probably going to take forever to dry, but whatever, it's on there. So now we're going to move on to de-winterization. So I've already got my water source hooked up, and I strongly suggest using a charcoal filter, which is that blue thing on the water hose. Doesn't matter whether it's your city water or going into your tank. Anytime you put water inside the fuel lines of these things, you always want to use a filter. That way, if you have a high mineral count, then it won't get that white buildup in the pipes. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to open my hot water heater compartment. Remnants, not sure what that is. And I drained it out completely last year. There's a little bit of leftover pressure in there, but it's all right. It's okay. And it is bypassed right now. Always use your water pressure regulator so that you don't blow out one of your lines at the beginning of the year. But now that I got that water hooked up, I'm gonna go ahead and come over here and open up my low point drains. Your camper should have something similar, but I'm just gonna go ahead and let it drain out of here. Ooh, lots of pressure in there. So I'm just gonna let it run until that turns white, and it is. Yeah, see, we already got some clear water there. That's in the hot water line. Cold water line. Pretty clear. That's cold. A lot of air. I blew these out and then I filled up all the upper lines, but this kind of just gives you a heads up or a jump start on it. Double check that one. So these are your low point drains. Okay, those are pretty good. Got pressure from the hose or from the city water connection. So now we'll go inside and we will run all of our sinks and faucets and drain everything. So I'm going to start with the sink. All right. There's not going to be hot water yet. So there's the cold. Switch it over to the hot. Doing the hot clean. That's good. Put the cover back on there. Go into the sink in the bathroom. Pretty good. You'll probably have a little bit of residual for the first couple days when you camp, or a couple hours when you use the water system after you get it set up, but for the most part this does the trick, and that stuff's non-toxic, so you're fine. If you ingest a little, it just tastes a little sweet. It's not like car antifreeze. Move all the crap out of here. Alright, pull the wand down, plug, you definitely want to run this until it's clear in the bathtub, because it will stain that white if you leave the pink in there. It's all the bugs. Whatever the hell that shit is. That one's good. Alright, so once you have all the inside stuff done, there is one other thing. You want to go outside on this one. Out there on the back corner we have a outside shower, so I'm going to go out there and I will clean that one out too. Then we'll jump back in here and get into the hot water heater and turn the bypass off. Or actually turn the bypass off so that it goes into the hot water heater. Then we can turn on the gas and fire it up, get some hot water going. All right, this thing, need to remember to tighten it up because the latch flew open whenever I brought it out of storage, and it scratched up my shower. I look out of the side view mirror and the thing's dragging across the damn ground, so that was annoying. All right, turn on the water. And turn it off. Back on. Guess you don't have to turn it off. I'm just trying to keep from spraying myself in the feet again before I go back in there. Looks like that one's clear. All right, let's go in and turn the bypass off. I did want to point out one thing. Whenever I transported the trailer, I hadn't hooked the hitch up in so long, I forgot to put that pin in right there, this pin. I left it sitting right here. And I even went back to the barn where I had it over at my buddy Paul's and looked for it along the road, couldn't find it. I get underneath the trailer today to do, get under there, to do the undercoating, and it had bounced off the road. I'm not sure if you can see it, but back there, it was freaking karate chopped like a dart into that insulative panel. Just hanging there. Just freaking hanging there. I look up, I'm like, no shit. That's hilarious. Thought you guys would want to know that. Alright, I'm not sure how it is in your camper, but most of them are fairly universal. Up here in the front, this is where the master bedroom is. There is an access. Some of them are in the closet. Some of them are in the side of the vanity, but in this one, it's actually right there. They drill a cool little hole. So let me move this mattress out of the way. Hold on. And we will go in, and as you can see, that is the bypass to the heater, and you'll hear it kick on and fill with water. Do the cold down there. There's two of them, so the upper and the lower. And it just turns that on so it circulates through that. So before it was straight and it ran around that circle. And now it's gonna go in both sides. Did you hear that? So now you give it about 5 minutes to fill up, and then you can kick it on. Cool. All right, so just to explain the bypass, kind of the point of that is so that you don't get that RV antifreeze in there, so you just drain it out and then release the pressure whenever you go to put it in storage. And that bypass allows you to run antifreeze to all the sections of the hose around there, except for inside the hot water heater, which you don't want it in there. So whenever you clear out all of the antifreeze from your lines and you have clear water coming out, then you turn your bypass off, fill up your heater, turn on your gas, and then you would proceed to go to your access panel. Here, I'll show you. So your hot water heater is going to be on your panel there. Let me see if I can zoom in. I'm standing outside. It's those red. You have a water pump for a non-water connection, dry camping, where you're just using the tanks. Then you have the other one, which is your water heater. You're going to flip that right red one. That'll turn on your ignition and fire up your water heater, but you only want to turn that on after you've given it the chance to fill up the hot water heater. So wait about 5 or 10 minutes. Probably not even that. But that is going to be a wrap for the de-winterization. Thought I would post a video for you guys to watch since I got some good hits on the winterization. I don't really post a lot of videos about RVs, but there are a ton of other videos on my site. So if you like the video, hit that like button, subscribe, and follow me for other potential RV or projects that I might have. Until then, hope you guys have a good summer. Happy RVing.